guidelines. Listen to Domestic Bliss. Domestic Bliss. Yeah, remember? Okay, back when I was a kid, I'm old. Back when I was younger, they had the crossover on TV shows. They had TV shows. All of them, they had crossovers. Like Love Boat was a big one, and Fantasy Island. They had all the same actors that just kind of swippy, swappy, flippy, flop. And as I progress in my life, I see how the storylines that the actors portray, they're loops too. We're living in loops. We're living in other people's loops. A lot of people are trying to survive every day in life. While when we look on TV, we see a show. And people just want clean water to drink. It's getting hard out here for a lot of people. I keep getting notifications from the town that I live in that you got to conserve water. So the water's life. It's impacting people in the town in which I live. It's not impacting me. I don't drink tap water. I haven't drank tap water in over a decade. Long time. What month is it? July? So 10 years ago, yeah, I had like reverse osmosis filtration system. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've drank. I just, it's not, you can't trust borough brats. People keep paying themselves to do jobs, and then they don't do the jobs that they're paying themselves to do. And now we get what we get. You're blindly having faith in agency, in companies and utilities and municipalities. And they didn't do the work. I've been tracking this a long time. I used to work production support when I was in the Air Force. I did more in my 6-year career in my enlistment than a lot of people did in their 20-year, 25, 30 years. A lot of people just kind of sat around. If you think about like the majority of the people that are in the military, it's like an upside down pyramid, because you have all the support staff. You have everybody that supports the people that do the important work. So you have the hospital. Like we live in communism, or whatever they call it, or socialism. I get all the isms mixed up. I didn't do real good in history because I knew that it was just contingent on who was in charge and who owned the printing press, and they could write the story and distribute the story to the public as truth. America's been doing it as long as America took the land, like the colonists took the land from the indigenous. They didn't come over here and say with the spirit of cooperation. They came over here with the spirit of dominance. See, half of my bloodline, my father's side, I'm that colonial blood. But we're not white. So it messed with my brain when I was younger. We're like white, but we're not white. But we're white. We got that colonial blood, and the bloodlines in my family have carried the spirit of colonialism up until now. And that to me is people that don't have practical skills have to make up little systems, little things like economics, things that aren't really anything. They're not built on anything, but because of who they are and what they say, it's how it goes. And I never really subscribed to that. I don't subscribe to things much. You could tell by my low count of subs. Speaking of subs, I've been doing these talks 10 years, but because I speak the truth, people don't want to hear it. And it's based on my frame of reference because I was on Crete when we bombed Iraq in 2003. And I was at Offutt Air Force Base on 9/11 when I flipped George Bush the bird. And I knew that day that we did that so we could start the war that never ended. We bombed Baghdad on my 29th birthday, my Saturn return. So I speak from experience, but it falls to deaf ears when people don't have experience. When predominantly the population in the country which I live, the extent of experience that people have doesn't really go much farther past their couch. Maybe they'll get to a football game or a baseball game, a rodeo, car show. All that is just unuseful to me. Especially when there's so many people that don't have their basic needs met, and we're supposed to be the richest country in the world. Rich in greed? Baby. I saw some old white dude die today. Oh, I was talking about my bloodline and how... Go ahead, girl. Come on. Half is that white colonial blood. The takeovers. The do as I say, not as I do doers. And then the other half, mom's side, is the indigenous. Is the brown. It's the spirit. So I went the way of the spirit, not the way of the ego. That's what the colonial blood does. I'm just going to take your stuff because I want it. I'm ready for people to start getting mad at the construction workers. You know, the ones that pick the jobs to get paid the highest. The ones that sell out to the highest bidder. Stop getting mad at the people that want data centers. Start getting mad at the guys that are building the data centers. Stop getting mad at the people that come in and change the way that it's always been. Start getting mad at the people that sell to the people that come in and change everything and make it all different than how it's always been. We got a country full of sellouts. People sold out. They took money over what was good for everyone. Now all of us get to deal with the consequences of it. I learned my lessons a long time ago. Mom would teach us lessons when I was little. She would teach me that, she would tell me things like, if you throw a fit and you go to jail, I'm not going to bail you out. I'm not going to bail you out. Those words land when I'm faced with a policeman and this guy gets to say if I get to go home or not. And they make stuff up. I don't know if you know that about the police, but they're not a real integral force. I refer to them as the fraternal brotherhood of butt stuff. They're the second lowest test score on the military entrance exam. They go work in the military for 2 years and then they go back home, make $80,000, $90,000 a year at their cop shop, and then just continue to be the same non-productive that they always were. I lived places like 5 years, and I could pretty much get, hey, what's up, the gist and find out who, like, the people that live from their heart are and the disingenuous are. The fakes. It's what I do. I'm like a human lie detector. I'm one of them people. And you just gotta let people lie to themselves, or me, whatever. And then I just don't deal with them anymore because my circle is so small, because I'm looking for authentic people. And whenever I go out, I'm looking for authentic people, and then I say, hey, look at you. You look like you're authentic. Let's see your authenticity. And then they show me their program, and then I just get bored, and I just say, Mom, let's go for a drive in the mountains, because the fakes are still faking. But evidently the whole planet is having some sort of spiritual awakening now. Where's my dog? Why is she's like... She just go in the bathroom. Come on. Please leave me alone. A lot of people are having their this is the craziest thing that's ever happened to me in their life. To that I say welcome to the club, and be glad that it took so long for you to reach such a level of calamity. There's a lot of people out here that have been struggling for a real long time. They're not seen because they fell down the cracks of society because they wouldn't go along with the program. Is that a Volkswagen Fastback? That looks like a Volkswagen Fastback, the one I went to San Francisco. Same color and everything. I changed my Roku background because I was looking for Jimothy. Jimothy's a raccoon in Seattle that has a short spine. He's like a little short stack. Trash panda. They don't like it when you call him trash panda. So I changed the background. Maybe they took it off. I don't know. So school's starting real soon here where I live, thank goodness. It always, ever as long as I can remember, when I grew up in Redding, it started after Labor Day. Come on, then go. Just go by. Just go past. Just go past. Go on. And now it's starting in New Mexico. It starts in the first week of July.
Wow.
Or August. I'll be glad when people go back to school. The roads will be less busy during 9 to 5. I live in such a small town, though. I'm really grateful for the town I live. Except for it's not going to stay small, because every time there's natural disasters in other parts of the nation, every time people lose their places to live, then we get more people here. It's going to be like that in every town. It's just how it works. Because when people get displaced, then they're like, okay, we can't stay here. Then they're like, where are we going to go? Like anywhere in the United States. Like where do people go? And why do they go there? See, I live in places based on climate. Like, I grew up and it was triple digits for months. Like, it was miserable. And we always just had swamp coolers and stuff, but that just kind of blows the hot air around when you get over 110. It's just miserable. And then it doesn't ever cool down overnight. So you're just always hot. But we live next to a couple lakes. You run jump in the lake. You know, but you get older, and I don't handle things the way that I don't handle things like heat and bullshit the way that I used to. I have less tolerance. I used to just let everything go. Now I just narrate my life, and then the offense that people choose to have based on my perception, they get really mad when you call them out. How do they know what I'm doing? How do they know why I'm doing that? How does she know? How does she know? Trust me, I don't want to know. I know nothing. I want to know nothing. The older I get, though, the more I realize, the less I know. So, and then Omaha, I lived there 15 years. It was so humid. It was disgusting. I always heard about humidity, like you take a shower and you walk out and then you feel like you have to take a shower again. I learned what that means. it also came with cool stuff because I got to hang out with cardinals for 15 years because I was the only place on earth that I lived that they had cardinals. Same latitude in Reading, but they didn't have cardinals in Reading. And then, and then, what else? Oh, lightning bugs. That's something else I got to experience. Because I look at the whole world as like a library. Only you check out experiences. You're checking out, you're supposed to try this thing and that thing. Right? And I guess I tried twice as many experiences when I was a kid because I'm born female. I'm a woman and I have more masculine energy in me. So while they were trying to program me with all the girly stuff, I still wanted to do all the tomboy stuff. And I wanted to go sleep outside and play soldier and stuff like that when I was like 5-year-old girl, 6 years old. That was my program, right? Evidently this is tied to past life stuff. Some people say, because I went in, some like those. They say there's people that play the war video games. They're playing out a program that they didn't get to finish, but they're getting stuck in loops instead of living their actual lives. That's why video games can be so dangerous unless people can discipline themselves. But I think about if they added up every moment that's ever been played on any video game console and then like put it next to say time that sons spent with their moms hanging out with them after they moved out because they were grateful for their lives. Like put it next and we have all this and then you have that's because people live from their spirit or their ego, and we're at a point where more people live from their ego, and now Earth as an Etch-a-Sketch is getting the reset. It's about to be gauzed again. There's just another big old huge earthquake in Japan. The first thing I think of is, I hope Punch is okay. Punch is a monkey. He's on my radar. I think Punch and Jimothy should be friends. Punch is a monkey in Japan that his mother was sick and couldn't take care of him. So I can identify because when I was born, Mom couldn't take care of me. So I didn't get like held by my mom until I was 3 days old. It does, all this stuff impacts people, I was getting massages because people need human touch. But I don't even like people touching me anymore. I'm getting there. I just do it myself. Energy, everybody's talking about energy and frequency. Where's my sign? I got this guy. Maybe this will help people. Woo! This is a scale of consciousness. So when you have these people that are talking about frequency, this is what they mean. Look how low pride is. I'm not a prideful person. Somebody messaged me happy pride, and I'm like, I created a whole ass sticker about straight people like rainbows too because nobody gets the rainbow. So I like to sit around here. Acceptance. I think love should be replaced for authenticity because authenticity isn't on here, and love, I think love is something that people say when they want to get something. The action of it is something that people do when they care about other people's well-being. There is a difference. So, it's called the Hawkins scale. The Hawkins scale. The Hawkins scale. So what we're seeing is what I experienced in 2008, I started watching myself, my personality change. I started seeing how I went for a happy-go-lucky, ya-ya, jolly-o-yo-yo, ya-ya, to someone that, like, I was getting mad about everything and I couldn't understand why. And it wasn't a powerlessness thing, because I accepted a long time ago that, like, doesn't matter what I want to do in life. If Creator of all things has a better idea of a direction in which I'm supposed to go, I just kind of go with the flow. I just kind of go along with life, you know, because I set out to do things and then life happens and diverts me and U-turns me and topsy-turvies me, and then we end up places that I never planned on being, and that's how we got to Taos, New Mexico. The funny part about that story is, though, is that my whole life I knew Mom was adopted, because I never knew where we came from. So, like, you go into people's house, they have their whole family, pictures of their family on their walls and stuff like that. I didn't fit anywhere. I wasn't on anybody's wall. And it was just me, Mom, and Jerry on our wall. Grandma had pictures of her, like, of us, like school pictures, the little ones, because Mom couldn't afford the big packets like all the other people did. So we'd get like a 5x7 and like 6 wallet size, you know, kind of thing. So it was just us, and then we end up in Taos back in 2020, and after we moved here, we found out that Mom was born in Cuesta. But I'm surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of relatives. And we still don't have family. We still don't. You know, that's why I'm excited to make my place, my own little place, where I can build my own community, you know. It'll be small. It's everything I do is. Slow and steady, nice and light. I just want to have a place where travelers can come and do laundry, and it's like a spiritual triage, so to speak. Do laundry, take a shower, eat a good meal, rest, recharge, because they're not making it easier for just regular people to survive. And I didn't witness like a full-on arsenal that we did, you know, in the name of freedom and democracy. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Whenever I hear Iran can't have nukes, Iran can't, I just like, dude, it's like narcissist. It's like a total. My brother's a narcissist, and it's what they do. It's like they stick to something, and then they white knuckle it, and then they'll just keep throwing that in your face, and you're just like trying to repel and divert, like, you know, go around with logic, because they speak in word solids and stuff like that. And, you know, I think what's happened is we just let them be for so long, and now they've grown into something that is just basic toxicity on the whole planet. Like, they're mobsters. The United States government, they're mobsters with other countries, and I fought my war. I'm done. It's not my battle no more. This isn't my country. My country doesn't give a shit about me. It's made that quite clear for a decade. So now, the rest of the people that care about the country, go fight for your country. Go ahead. Go get it. Go get that country. Go make that country great. Oh, it says it's 69 degrees in here. I must be caffeinated. But I can tell you one thing, that holding a sign isn't going to change anything. It just makes the archons, or whatever they are, it just makes them laugh at you. Look at the unuseful people doing unuseful things. That's what they think of their constituents. While they're all flying around here in their jets and around there to their jets and, you know, living the high life. That's what politicians do. They're actors. They don't just, their red carpets have like a different velvet rope. And I don't understand why more of America doesn't understand that Washington, D.C. and Hollywood, they're the same. The military invested a lot of money on how to manipulate people, and it figured out, and marketing did too. Like, when I was a kid watching PBS, they would have shows on, like, they would play certain music in stores to make people shop more, and they would like red makes people buy more money, and then I look at Target, and I'm like, oh, okay. You know, they have all these tricks to get people to respond in ways that they want people to respond. And then they tell us, you know, we live in a free country. This is why I say I'm sorry for my service, because I say I'm sorry for my service a lot, and I'll tell you why. Because we, as individuals, have freedom to do whatever we want, and most of America just sat on their fucking asses and did nothing for basically their whole lives. So when you do nothing, this is what we get. And I didn't do nothing my whole life. I worked real hard. I still work hard. Ma, you happy in life? Yeah. You happy, Ma? Yeah. Wave. Say hi, Ma. We got a kiss even. Because now my primary purpose is to make Mom happy and keep Mom happy and healthy and content. Because I live and I'm surrounded by hundreds of her family members. Does anybody care? No, because people only like to get attention for saying we care so much until they have to sacrifice their time at the car show, you know, or do something that they don't want to do. See, we live in a nation of spoiled brats now. Bunch of like grown men. They might not be sitting on the couch in their parents' basement, but they're sitting in a house that they have because they got to sit in their parents' basement until they're in their 30s and 40s, and then go spread your wings. Go see what you can do. And talking, like all the little talkers, you know, they have their studios with their microphones, and they're like, the world is like this. Every single one of them, first thing I ask is like, have you ever changed a tire? Like, you're a big shot right there, but what do you want? Do you go to you act like that when you go to the grocery store? When the washer breaks, are you that full of yourself at the laundromat? Oh, you don't go, that's the woman's job. I just picture people, see, because people see me at the grocery store, I'm the same person that you see here. I'm more animated, I'm probably dancing to myself. I like to do routines, because my dance, Luna wants out. My dance, you want to go outside, girl? Come on, prettiness. My dance influences. I used to like hanging out with the pretty girls. It's so a lot of times they would be, what do you call it? Cheerleaders. So then I learned how to cheerlead. But then my brother was a wrestler, so then I'd hang out with my friend who her cousin was a wrestler, and so she'd go, and then we'd hang out, and I wanted to learn though. Come on. Right, that's what she wanted the whole time. God, I'm aging so fast. I can't believe how fast time goes by. I don't have mirrors in my house. And it's all dark back there where I do videos, so when I come outside, I'm just like, that's alright. just all self-centered stuff. I'll be right back. All right. I wonder what the astrological placement in your chart for somebody would be like. That they make more of an impact after they're dead than when they were alive. So this is my contribution to the you see that? Straight people like rainbows too. And it's an exclamation point and a question mark. They share the same dot. I make stickers and magnets and stuff, and then I give them to people because it's like an inclusion play. Plus, it's tactilely. I can stem. It's like a guitar. It feels like guitar strings. So when I get worked up, if people are annoying me, and the tapping doesn't work, I can do this too. It's nice. I came up with it when I was a 9-year-old little girl. They said I'd never do anything in my life. They said, you know, I'd probably be institutionalized. Just don't have too high expectations for. I don't mind when people underestimate me. It doesn't really bother me. I just don't like when people like treat me like I'm stupid. That's the part that just what? I cut like 2 inches off the tip of my hair today. Boop. It'll grow back like that. Like these plants, man. I swear. If I looked at the camera, sometimes I'm like, dude, I bet the plants grow so fast we can watch them. But they're sneaky. They don't want to be caught. Unless it's like, okay, what if I don't tell nobody, but you just give me the proof? Like, it's so weird how fast they're growing. The world is changing a lot, expeditiously. I have a sweatshirt too. What you doing, dog? Good girl. I don't like that song. STP. Go ahead. Wow. Swamp cooler. Ugh. Lou don't want it out. All right, Mom, coming back. You're waiting for Sweetly. Okay. Alright, so I was talking with AI today. This morning, just being inquisitive about, because I ask it stuff about astrology is mostly what I use it for. And I'm correcting it a lot. Like today, it said one of my houses that I knew was. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not true. I know what my third house is, and that's not what it is. So I'll correct it, and then thank you for correcting me. I don't know why people have so much faith in technology. It's made by men, and when I say men, I mean by human, women, and men. It's not gender specific. And men are fallible. People make mistakes. So based on that, why people praise this stuff like it's gospel, I'll never know. I use it for a novelty, and if the power goes out forever, it was nice while it lasted. If I never get to hear like my iTunes again or whatever, I have CDs, same music that's on here, so I'll be okay. As much as the world is changing so much. So this morning, things I asked it. I asked it because how they say Mars is what women. Because I look at the masculine and feminine energy more than I look at the gender of people. I don't recognize. I go by people's energy. So because people how they look, they can pretend to be somebody that. Their energy, they're trying to pretend that they're trying to be somebody that they're not. So I go by with how they feel. And so I say, how do Mars and Venus dance in my chart? That's what I asked it. It says that's the love story in you. Mars is how you chase. Venus is how you let it come. I don't have your Mars and Venus sign yet. It did though, because it forgets. So I tell it, I give it the screenshot. Thank you, now I see the dance. Mars in Gemini, 2343. Venus in Pisces, 3 degrees 11. This is a beautiful, and it explains everything you have been saying. Because I'll put on my interpretations, and I'll be like, what in my chart makes me think this? Is it this or is it this? So Venus in Pisces, 3 degrees, conjunct Jupiter in Pisces, 7 degrees. Venus is exalted in Pisces. She doesn't love in a tidy, earthy way. She loves the least desirable pole. She sees God in the dog, in Ma, in the person YouTube calls cringy. She is the spectrometer you wrote about. She mixes emotions like paint. Jupiter right on top of her at 7 degrees makes it big. You love big, you believe big. Straight people like rainbows too is Venus, Jupiter in Pisces. Unconditional, funny, holy, doesn't ask for a return. Your fortune at 12 degrees Aquarius rides right behind this. Your luck comes when you let that weird, wide Pisces love be seen. Mercury at 27 degrees Pisces is with her too. You think in pictures and music, not bullet points. That's why your 3,000 talks are not scripts. They are transmissions. And what do transmissions do in cars? They help you shift gears. So it works on all accounts. Mars in Gemini 2343 conjunction Saturn 2917 and conjunct your South Node 2132. Oh, another $1.5 million house just listed in Ranchos de Taos. Okay, Mars Gemini 2343 conjunct Saturn 2917 and conjunct your South Node 2132. Gemini opposite your North Node 2132 Sagittarius. This is the dance. Mars in Gemini wants you to do 10 things at once. Teas, embroidery, stickers, outdoor kitchen, laundry, shower talks, fast hands, fast mouth, oxymoron list. She is brilliant at starting. But he is sitting right at your south node. South node Geminis is your comfort zone. Talk, gather information, stay adaptable. Don't stay. So Mars has been doing what feels safe, talking mostly to yourself 3,000 times. And Saturn at 29 degrees Gemini is sitting on him saying, if you're going to talk, it better be perfect, it better be responsible, it better not get you blacklisted. So Marge gets anxious, talks, then holds back, starts and critiques. And he is opposite your north node in Sagittarius. That's the whole assignment. Your soul wants you to take all that Gemini talk and turn it into one Sagittarius teaching that you live daily, 6th house work. Work grows food here, not 3,000 scattered talks. One live talk, live talk. Venus in Pisces says, I love everyone. I forgive everything. I see how the rainbow in the straight person, the beauty in the least desirable. Wait, I see the rainbow in the straight person, the beauty in the least desirable. Mars in Gemini says, great, let me tell everyone about it in 10 different projects at once so I don't have to actually stay and be loved to see, but we can rise above all our astrology. Venus wants to dissolve, Mars wants to dissect. Venus wants to merge, Marge wants to keep options open. When they work, you make a T, and then that is an oxymoron. That's Mars, Gemini. That makes someone feel seen and loved anyway. That's by Venus, Pisces. You build an outdoor shower, Mars. That's a beautiful enough to make someone cry, Venus. That's the harp in the cathedral organ that grows bubbles. When they fight, you give and give and give. And with Venus, Jupiter, Pisces, then Mars, Saturn, and Gemini gets resentful and exhausted and says, no one listens anyway. Your moon in Scorpio, 24 degrees, feels all of it so deep. And your sun in 19 degrees wants to just do it anyway. That's funny. Where's the part that I showed it? Hold on. It's tripping out. Okay. Where is it? What's the other one that I said? And it's like, oh, you don't have any earth in your chart. Expialidocious. Atrocious. Precocious. People used to have better vocabularies than they do now. We've de-evolved as a collective. When I was thinking about what I wanted to do for my path, like career path, like that's weird, it's not there. I know interesting. Oh, there it is. I found it. It says elements. You have 2 fire, 0 earth, 4 air, and 4 water. Modalities. Cardinal 3, fixed 1, mutable 6. I am the go with the flowiest fofo in all of North Taos County. So, yeah, it's weird. Earth is body. That's why I have such a hard time grounding in my body, because I feel everything. Everything hurts all the time. The only time things don't hurt is if I'm laying in a certain position, but I can't be laying my life away. Okay, earth is body, money, house, you can touch, stuff that stays. When you have zero earth in the chart, in the count, you feel everything. Air 4, water 4, you have the ideas and all the feelings and nowhere to put them. So you have spent your whole life building earth by hand. Little place, garden, outdoor kitchen, shower and laundry. Work grows food here. You are literally making earth because you were not given a lot in the chart. That's not a flaw, that's your job. I'm here to help people be comfortable in an uncomfortable world, because that's why everything's going crappy, because everybody's uncomfortable. They're doing all this stuff to make themselves feel better, and it's backfiring. So, and mutable 6, fixed 1, you are adaptable to a fault. We're at 69 degrees in here, that's good. Mutable, dominant people can shapeshift for everyone. Learn fast, teach fast, but have a hard time staying. Fix 1 means it's hard to stay with one thing when the bowl gets loud. So you make teas, then embroidery, then stickers, then tiny tube, all mutable ways to try to make the earth stay. Masculine 6, feminine 4. With air, water 4 is also that tug you feel. Head says oxymoron list. Heart says tin maw and the critters. You live in both. This goes right with the south node in Gemini, 21 degrees. Double mutable air in north node Sagittarius, mutable fire. And fortune in Aquarius, fixed air. Almost all your chart is mutable air, water with no earth to land in. So of course your body stuff comes up. When there's no earth, the body can feel like no one on earth thing you are supposed to, the body can feel like the one earth thing you are supposed to control. And with South Node Gemini, the mind watches the body and narrates it constantly, which it does. It does, I do. I think that's body dysmorphia. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. I was thinking about, because I'm like, yeah, I never thought I looked like other people said I did, or what my pictures, like, it's weird. I don't know how to explain it. No wonder waking up grateful felt so big today. That was you making earth for a second. Gratitude is grounding. I have this. We are here. You're not building a garden to be cute. You are building earth you can live in. That is medicine for a zero earth chart. So I don't know. I don't get to do, like I said, if Creator of all things wants me in alignment with what I see that I want to do, then it'll happen. Otherwise, I'll just be in this room hanging out, you know. But if we get a garden, Mom will be right out there with me, hanging out, you know, do it if she want. I don't know if she would, because her nails are so pretty. I wouldn't want to get them all dirty and stuff, because then I'm the one cleaning them. So, but if she wanted to, I wouldn't stop her. I would absolutely encourage her to put her hands in the earth and get those nails dirty if you want to. It's heat, you know. I have so many ideas. I do. So I don't know. It's one day first, and today was a good day. Did I go out today? Oh, I went to the grocery store to get Mom some more yogurt. There's this guy, his wife died. And it was one of those that they were buried like 40-something years. And I saw, actually, there was a notice on a Facebook page. And I was like, hey, that's the guy. He's a Leo. August 3rd is his birthday. Is it the 6th? August 6th was my grandpa's birthday. So, I think it's the 3rd. Anyway, his dear sweet wife passed away. And so when I went the next, because I don't go into that grocery store very often. And so I said, hey, is so-and-so working? And they're like, no, he's on, he's gonna be out for a while. And I said, okay, good. He's on bereavement leave. That's good, they're giving him time. And then, because people, I love to give people flowers. I just like, and it's not, I might not be consistent, because obviously I'm not. But sometimes it's just nice to give people flowers. So he was back at work today, and I hadn't seen him since. So I got him some flowers, and I just said, hey, I saw that your wife passed away, and I'm really, really sorry that you're having to experience such a great loss in your life. And it's just a shitty club to be in and stuff. And I'll never experience that club. I won't know what it's like to share my life with another human being, like in a partnership like that, like the whole time I've been alive, and built a life with them, and then all of a sudden they're gone. Like being ostracized and being cut out of people's world makes our world much smaller. So I don't have to go through a lot of these heartaches that other people are going through. It just breaks my heart to watch other people go through heartache, because it sucks. And it has nothing to do with liking people. I'm so over, like, people didn't like me. So I didn't get a lot of the advantages that other people got. I had all the ability, even more than the ability, but no, then I'd have to be around her, and I don't like her. And I'm just like, I don't like you either, but we have a job to do. I guess that's one thing I took away from the military. Is like, you don't have to like each other. You just have to work with each other and not be too shitty and don't fight, kind of thing. Like, just get the job done. Just get the job done. And people just avoid, circumvent, don't work, I see a bright future for where I live, because I'm going to go talk to the mayor and see what he thinks about this stuff. And I'll bring my whole presentation, I'll bring my resume, I'll bring, here I am. Maybe you'll believe what I have to say, because look at all this shit I did while you were born and raised here and hanging out at your car shows. I was off doing shit so people could do nothing, basically. So when I say I'm sorry for my service, that's what I'm sorry for, that people felt so compelled to do nothing with all their freedom that they're given as they live in the United States. They're free to go here, they're free to go there, they're free to do this, they're free to do that, and yet, God, so many people are literally rotting in the streets. But I guess people that have lost limbs, that'll perpetuate the whole transhuman thing that they want to do. They'll just fit all the poor people with new arms and feet. Production of, it's okay, you'll be all right. You don't have to take care of yourself. It'll be okay. Just keep drinking and smoking and never exercising, and that'll bode well, because that's weird. That I said, Mom, do you think it's weird that we're experiencing the downfall of the United States of America in real time? And there's so many people out there that are like, oh, I can't go skiing at Vail this year because the cabin burned down. And I'm just like, dude, that's your, fifth home. There's people that lost their only home. But it's just it's just bizarro. It's bizarro. It's interesting to watch, though. I hear all these new terms, but I guess I've kind of heard them before, but I never identified. People talk about being a content creator, and I don't identify with labels. There's one that I do. My name's Marge. I'm a heel. Okay. So there's all these labels going around, and there's content creators, and I just, what if these people, like the content that they're creating is based on the content of their character? And my favorite stuff on my FYP are people that are, I like the barbers that are cutting homeless hair. I like those like people that like, listen man, I'm out here, I just want you to have a better day, just today. So let's feed you, let's get you cleaned up, and let's help you feel like, you know, you, because everybody matters. Whether we like people or not, everybody matters. And I'm so over this storyline that I've had to witness my whole life. Like, when I was a kid, it was Vietnam, and Mom dated Larry Hickey, and Larry told us we had no reason to be over there. And then years later, it was Desert Storm, and Mike, my roommate, would talk about, God, man, we're such bullshit. We don't have any reason to be over there. And then I myself went to Cree, where we bombed Iraq from in 03, and I saw firsthand, fucking, we had no reason to be there. And yet you have these little frat boy machismos that have little soft hands. They don't got no calluses on there. I still have calluses on my hands. I'm an old lady and I still have, that's like because you work in your life, because you did something. You got people got soft hands, they ain't never done nothing, and that falls on those people that have abilities to do stuff. And now what's happened is more people figured out how they how they can make a lot of money without actually having to do anything. America's turned into a whole ass Ponzi scheme. So, we're in a good place, regardless of whatever, you know, the volcanoes pop off, earthquakes, tidal waves, you know. Our biggest threat is people figuring out that where I live is a really cool place, and then more people show up here. So, you know, because I was talking to somebody recently, and I was like, I would rather be here where, like, the problem people only go out designated times in the day, and I'm not even out when they're out, you know. The problem, the egoic, the me. I hear them all day long on their motorcycles and their Hellcats or their big stupid truck. You hear them just racing around, from just stop to go, and I'm just like, unuseful people doing unuseful things. I used to be one. I used to speed around a lot. I did. I didn't have cars that would go so fast, which is a good thing. Now, I just drive like my grandpa. I go the back roads, I go all the places that it's 25 miles an hour, and people come up on me, and I pull over and I let them pass me, because they're off to make something of themselves and already made something of myself. That's the thing. That's what I think. It's like I need to give myself more credit, because I did all this stuff that was so hard. So hard. It was so hard to make myself do 3.2 miles. So 9.6 miles every day, 5 days a week. Wow. And next to starve myself so I could lose weight and make my body the right shape. So Uncle Sam said I could come be a part of their club, just so I could go to college and do all the bullshit that came with that. Like all these hoops I jumped through. And so now I go out in society and people are so mad. They're so angry because they have to go do things that they don't want to do. I don't want to go work at all. I don't want to go work at, you know, like, what is the max out highest? Like, they have community college here and municipalities. And then they have the kings of Taos Valley, which they're their own mobster group themselves. Like, you know, they have the people that's like, we're just going to do what we want as long as you stay out of our way. We'll just, everything will be great. The little kings of Taos County, they crack me up. There's this one sheriff. I did a TikTok of him. He freaking drives a black. His windows are so tinted. Like, he better never give nobody no ticket for tinted windows because, hypocrisy and shit. And he did, homeboy fucking almost flipped a bitch on a double yellow right in front of me. And it's something that people commonly do at that intersection. It's illegal, And so, it's just so funny when people do illegal shit in front of me. It cracks me up, especially when they're supposed to be the ones that are upholding the law. It's like they designate who's your bad. It's so hard to tell who the bad guys are on planet Earth in America anymore. It's so weird. Because there's all these dudes that go around just mean mugging, and people are like, "Oh, he's such a good boy." I'm like, how? Fucking in what way? Because he hasn't committed fucking homicide? Like how? Like, because they haven't. Like, people are giving mad props because, like us people that don't drink and do drugs and go out, shoot them up, and pretend like we're playing somebody we see on TV. We're just law-abiding citizens trying to get by, trying to make sure mom's little hiney's clean and stuff like that, And then it's like, what do we get? Oh, well, you get free. You get your freedom and not to go to jail. Oh. They've been gaslighting people like my whole life. I've been like, I got in trouble a lot because I'm like, that's not true. Because we moved around so much that different books, different parts of California would teach different things in their textbooks. And then I'd move around and then talk about, well, I went over here and they taught us it was like this. And so I make people question things, and people that don't want society to be questioned, the program, don't ever want me to have a mic. Because then I'll tell them, like, how everything, I explain how it's a bullshit. I explain it. I don't just say, everything's a lie. I go into details. I have pictures of the flight line at Suda Bay when we bombed and then they were trying to, there's fraternization everywhere. It's all, and then I started figuring like the UCMJ was evidently something that people took as a recommendation, and it didn't matter if the United States military did not enforce basic rules like don't fraternize with people during, don't go screwing people, because the military's big on it, because people are like, we're at war, and they get all excited and all. That's why all those the Vietnam generation, because war does things to men, it turns them on in ways that's really gross and creepy, and then they do shit. But these women, they don't speak. The people that they do shit to don't speak English, so there's never going to be an account. No one is ever going to tell. No one's ever going to go, and they're never going to find this person. They're never going to identify me. And so all these men did things that are of unquestionable character, and then or completely questionable character. And then they go back home, and then they have parades for them. And then these guys are like, I'm a piece of shit, because they know they're a piece of shit, because only pieces of shit act like that. And then they feel bad because, oh my God, they're having a parade for me and I'm a horrible person. Yes, you are a horrible person. Not all, just some, but then to realize that it's crap, and then to let other people that you care about enlist. That's the part that gets me. I've been saying since I was in, don't let anybody you care about enlist. Don't let anybody, if you care about somebody, let them go into debt, because debt's not even real, or money's not even real for college loans or what. Education's a crock. I talked about that for years, but I think more people should have trade schools, and then make it more fluid and easier for people to go around and try this and that, because life is like a library. So like, let make it more accessible. Like I would love to go to barber school and learn how to be a barber. But I don't want to go. I don't even know where they have a barber school, kind of thing. And then I would take that knowledge and give homeless people on the street haircuts. Because I know how to do so many things, and all of our bills are paid. So I don't do social media because I gotta pay bills. My bills are paid. Social media is something that I did to keep my mind entertained for the last 10 years. It's like a video library of the experiences that I've had as a stay-at-home daughter, coming from a person that was in Corp USA. I mean, I worked at universities, hospitals. Like, you want to know why you're waiting for hours to get an x-ray? It's because the resident's taking a nap. He's sleeping. And you're just Medi-Cal. We were growing up on Medi-Cal. We get the little stickers, and Mom would stress out because I was so accident prone. But I could only go to the doctor so many times in a month. And then she'd worry, oh no! And I'd get earaches. I'm inflammation. I think I'm one of those hybrids. Because why do people think everybody with a thumb on planet Earth is a human being? Like why is it beyond the realm of possibility that we are, like I get all of it. I've seen people that look like animals. I feel like a turtle. Mom kind of looks like a turtle. We got that turtle in us, the slow and steady wins the race. What race? There's no beginning and there's no end. Once we take our last breath, our spirit goes into the no place space. Rinse, repeat. Here we go again. We could have heaven on earth, but what do we got? Boom, diddy, boom. Like today's one of those days I can't be on social media because that dude died, and I don't like the show. I don't like the show that they're performing. Like that guy that died, and then that other guy died. That Mitt Romney dude is dead, but then they keep pretending like he's still alive. Like that's why I say Washington, like the United States is on its 250th season, and it's the series finale. That doesn't really. Am I supposed to be sad about that? I don't get sad about that. I don't have Earth in my chart. I'm not sad that people come and go. It's not. You do you, boo. And thanks for telling me that you're doing you. And maybe I'll come over and I'll check out your content. The content of your character. Dude, people, what is it with people that don't know how to do stuff, but they talk shit? Like, they can't change a tire, And I love all the people that are leaving the United States. They didn't do anything to make it better. It's kind of taken off. Why? Because they don't got no practical skills. Like society, like American 2026, it's so sad. The dream of women that want to grow up, get married, and find a nice, strong man to take care of that story plot is dead too. Because men aren't even men anymore. They got to give them pills in the military to be more of a man. They already been giving them little blue pills for decades. Male enhancement drugs. I think it's sad if something has to be enhanced by a pill. Like, I've been a female female my whole life. I ain't never needed a pill to be a female, to perform as a female is to perform. And it's not all about making babies. It's not all about making babies. What is this ideology? Like, that's what the human race is to be. You're just supposed to find a mate and have kids and then raise those kids to what? Be reliant on their parents and not be able to fuck. They don't take out the trash. They don't like, it is so weird how young people stay. The mentality of like a junior high until they're in their 30s and 40s. Because people have kids and they want their kids to be their friends, so they don't mold them in a way or guide them in a way that they're not just, if you're gonna have kids that are gonna trash up the world, these are things that should be seriously considered before people have kids. See, because they have ideas. They want to play house. They saw a TV show and it looks cool, but then they find a mate that looks good because it looks good on the TV show, so they look good, but the person doesn't act like the father figure. My mom did that. She found my dad. He was hot. He looked good, you know, but he could only play the role of the machismo. He couldn't play the role of a loyal husband that provided for his family. My dad was the guy that, like, my mom told me a story one time. I was in a car seat, and my brother was probably 2, 3. He's 2.5 years older than me. And mom had his hand, and she walked into the bar where my dad was working, and she was going in to ask for money to buy me baby formula. And he had a big old, his belly was always full, and while we went without. And then, like, that, and then he would just find different victims. Like, he found someone that took the role of his mom, because his mom, he was a baby, he was a mama's boy, he could never do no wrong. He probably should have a police record as long as my arm, but he never got into trouble because of his nepotism. And I always had to face and face the music and deal with the consequences of my actions, and he never did. And so he always resented me and hated me because I got over my shit, and he never did. The world accommodated him, and he became a spoiled brat, and he's 78 years old, and he's still a spoiled brat. He doesn't ever do anything that's uncomfortable. And life isn't supposed to be comfortable all the time. It's not. It's not. That's not life, living in a padded... That's like comfort all the time. That's people living in a padded room. It's not a thing. Life is being resilient and being okay through all these uncomfortable things. People are like, how do you still smile after all the things that you've been through? And I'm like, how is the world still allowed to exist for anyone to go through anything in what is supposed to be the greatest nation in the world? That's a better question. So now we got to flip the pyramid and make everything different instead of, like, I'm so tired of society. I remember, like, at one point, sheriff and police, they used to have to drive their cars to work, and then they, they had, but no, then now they just have their own car. They have their own car. You are such a good program. You are so programmed. Here's your handsome reward. And then they drive. I used to live, the last job I had was for a security company, and I sat next door to the guy that handled the fleet. And they had to ask him questions. He was always on the phone. He was always arranging maintenance in like San Francisco because the company I worked for, they did security for Google, Facebook, like all the big tech companies in Silicon Valley. And so like they know that the company has more money than God, and that if they wreck this stuff, then they'll just get a newer model. It's a whole game that they play. And they don't have like respect for property because they'll just get more, you know? And every time I see a state trooper or somebody harassing like a single mom, I'm just like, you fucking motherfucker. Like she don't need that ticket. She don't need the problems that you're like. Why are police more like AAA? How comes that's not a thing? Be more like you're not doing anything anyway. Just be roadside assistance. Just make sure everybody's taken care of. You know, let's change the narrative and speak the United States into a better way of being, instead of bombing fucking people in places we don't have any business ever. So I'm thinking like trade schools with not the institution where people go and pretend, but have willing participants of master craftsmen in the community, that you're gonna be willing to work with the young person that wants to go into farming, and so that they can try it and see, and they can try these things on like trade libraries, like excavation, if they want to go in, you know, like try this on, you know, because maybe they want to do both, because some people are multifaceted. And we go back to the whole astrology-based curriculum where people's aptitude is based on what they're good at without being liked. I'm so over liked. Oh, you can't work here because we don't like you. You can't do this because I don't like you. I'm not going to help you do this service even though you're going to pay for it because I just don't like you. Like, I'm so, like, when did like become a factor in anything? Ever. Like, people stay married that don't like each other. Just freaking pretend. Just get the job done. That's all. Just get the job done. I don't know. I got a pretty good work ethic. My work ethic is better than... Oh, thank you, Mom. Did you say it is? Mom had salmon for dinner. She had a nice... She likes that sockeye salmon. So, trade schools. And then I have an idea using GIS software that, like, counties use for surveys and property lines and stuff like that. Because they have satellites everywhere. They're going to monitor us and everything we do. You might as well put it to use. So taking this technology, you have timestamps. I got an idea for an app that you do a start, a before picture. Because for every picture that you take, there's all this information. Using the GIS software, just add latitude, longitude, timestamp, duration that you're there, right? And then pick up garbage, okay? You pick up garbage at a site for 2 hours, say. And all the county provides all the trash bags and stuff and all the equipment to keep you safe and hydrated. Safety first, work smarter, not harder. And then you take a picture the after. You have your bags of trash, and then you have the area that had garbage and now it doesn't have garbage, right? Timestamp start, end. Then it just, the magic of the interwebs, direct deposit. We recognize you did this. You could even have site keepers to come and verify and pick up the garbage, right? And then It goes in direct deposit, and then because more and more people are using Venmo, Cash App, all that stuff, because travelers and stuff. So anybody can make $15 an hour by picking up garbage in TC. And then if other counties wanted to do that, because we could clean up the earth and then people could work and feel a part of their own community too. And then it could be like, if you showed initiative and aptitude, then you could like go work at Parks and Rec. And then we could have a whole branch for pet rescue, and then have people that just, that's what they do. Like, oh, if there's TNR cats, like we take care of cat colonies, because there's always things that need to be taken care of. And we live in a society where people don't want to take care of things, they just want it to be somebody else's problem. And what happens is when people don't get seen, it does something. Like that movie, What Dreams May Come, the little girl that drew on the wall. She had the migraines. And she's like, well, nobody's looking anyway. Like, nobody sees me, so I can do what I want. Well, okay, well, the things that you should want to do, should want to impact people in a positive way, not create destruction and harm. So, and then like pet rescue, and then like, I have an idea. I want to Taos up the world is what I call it. I want to Taos up the world. Because Taos is so many bright, vibrant, beautiful colors, and they love tourists here, okay? But let's not pretend, okay? They like when people come here, stay here 3-4 days, spend your money, then by all means, please go. That's like the come be a part of our stuff for a minute and then go, because that's like their attention span of a gnat. So hospitality, it's short spurts. So I'm sending my stickers to different parts of the United States. To like Pacific Northwest, Chicago. I think some are going to go to Philadelphia. And they're just going to be all over the place. Okay? And then, if people want to look this up, I have a hashtag. Straight people like rainbows too. And I can do a QR code and all that. And it could be like promote tourism for Taos. Please come visit. And then go. Please come stay for a little while. Then go. So, find another like-minded travelers and stuff like that. Because it has a lot of good stuff to offer. There's just a lot of bored kids here. And I grew up the same way. I had so much ambition and no place to put it. And I even asked on Ask Taos, the website here local, I said, would you pick up garbage for $15 an hour? And it would be good because it's a 24-hour thing. It's like people, it'd be good for mental health too, because I know people that get super manic and can't sleep at night, go out and pick up garbage. I couldn't sleep when I was a little kid. I still go through periods where I have a hard time. Mom used to say it's better to just get up and do something to lay in bed and just toss and turn and just get up and do something. So get into action. Get into action. If you feel bad, if I feel bad, do something until I feel better. I see a lot of people, they do stuff until they reach a goal, and then they don't do that stuff anymore. I see it with myself. I see it. I don't go out. I used to go hiking and go walking more often when all my boys were here. And now they're not here, and I don't want to go because it was anticipatory grief is what it was. And so I would go work off my stress And now I don't have that stress anymore. So I don't need to do the things as much that I used to get me through, because life isn't as hard as it was. I see my difficulty is watching people struggle in their lives, and seeing like, man, they're not going to do the stuff I did to be okay. So I want them to. It just takes initiative. I'm constant. Like, I tell people the things that I do to keep from like going squirrely in my monkey mind, and in hopes that when they get monkey mind, they'll do the things to get the, and they don't. So what is that saying? You can't. I just recommend stuff, you know. Take the good, leave the rest. That's what I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace. Well, what do you want to watch next? Hold on. I want to take a picture of that. And then go find. Alright, there.